Tihar Jail is the most heavily fortified prison complex in India. Its cells house thousands, ranging from notorious underworld dons to the country's most high-profile politicians. Within the pitch-black corridors of Jail Number 4, the inmates trade warnings about a localized folklore. They speak of Cell 205 as a cursed space, where spirits are said to physically assault anyone assigned to the room. In 1993, a convicted murderer named Ketan was moved into this specific cell. Veteran inmates immediately confronted him, claiming the ghosts of Jail 4 would wait until nightfall to take his life. While physical brutality is standard in a place like Tihar, the veterans were describing a far more predatory force, psychological terror. Inside Cell 205, Ketan met Junaid, a quiet man who sat perfectly still on his stone bed. He seemed entirely disconnected from the violent atmosphere of the prison. Junaid offered Ketan a set of rules for the night. If you hear crying, do not move. If you feel a hand in the dark, keep your eyes closed. He claimed these were the only ways to survive the spirits. Throughout the night, Ketan's behavior became erratic. He experienced extreme paranoia, screaming at the shadows and collapsing against the iron bars in a state of physical shock. Meanwhile, Junaid remained motionless in his bed. By morning, Ketan was dead. A medical examination confirmed he had no physical injuries or marks of struggle, and guards confirmed that Junaid had never left his bunk. Ketan had died in a locked, guarded room without any sign of physical trauma. Junaid had effectively cleared the cell of its newest occupant without ever laying a hand on him. The attack began the previous evening, delivered through the dinner Junaid served to his new cellmate. Junaid had laced the food with a massive dose of the powerful hallucinogen DMT. This visualization shows the effect of extreme time dilation. To the brain, a single minute of real time stretches into hours of grueling experience. At this dosage, the physical world shatters. The brain is flooded with vivid hallucinations, replacing reality with a nightmare. Ketan's mind, already saturated with the ghost stories told by the other inmates, used the drug to manifest his worst fears. The intense, prolonged state of terror eventually caused his cardiovascular system to fail. The ghost of Cell 205 was a chemically induced hallucination that forced Ketan's own nervous system to destroy itself. Procuring and administering a specific dose of a rare drug requires significant calculation. Most prison conflicts end with a standard weapon, making Junaid's elaborate method an anomaly. Clinical profiles of Junaid revealed a severe case of Schizoid Personality Disorder, paired with psychopathy. This diagram represents the pathology of Schizoid Personality Disorder. Unlike typical introversion, this condition involves a desperate, pathological compulsion to sever all human ties. The individual views any human presence as a source of extreme distress. Junaid viewed Ketan as a biological noise source, a disruption to the total, dark isolation he required. He treated the murder as a simple administrative task to restore silence to his environment. In this extreme case, a psychological disorder became a lethal tool. Junaid didn't just see a person, he saw an obstacle that needed to be permanently cleared from the room. Junaid's brilliance lay in his ability to weaponize the environment itself. He took the existing myths of Tihar Jail and used them as a blueprint for a chemical execution. The rules he gave Ketan were calculated psychological triggers. They were designed to ensure that when the drug took effect, Ketan's mind would interpret every shadow and sound as a supernatural attack. People have an instinctual fear of the supernatural, populating dark spaces with spirits and curses. Yet documented human malice often proves far more dangerous. Ghosts remain a matter of belief and debate. Calculated sociopaths are physical entities that occupy the same buildings, offices, and cells that we do. The most dangerous predators do not belong to the afterlife. They are the people who sit quietly beside us, running terrible calculations in the dark.